The river Danube flows through the heart of Europe, a region that has seen more than its fair share of conflict. Conflicts that are remembered in different ways. Starting in Budapest, where visitors can see this reminder of people shot next to the river near the end of World War II. Since 2005, these shoes have remembered the many thousands of victims of a Hungarian fascist wartime regime. Stopping at Vukovar in Croatia, many tourists will travel a few miles out of town to visit this centre. Opened in 2006, it's received thousands of visitors since then. After walking over spent bullets, visitors will see the names and some of the possessions of 260 people murdered here in November 1991. Although this sign identifies Croats as victims and Serbs as perpetrators, in reality, both sides in this conflict included different ethnic groups, and so did the victims murdered here. In Vukovar, there's no escaping the legacy of a 3-month-long battle which displaced more than 20,000 people, left over 3,000 dead, and destroyed much of the city. Damaged places included this memorial, remembering around 450 people executed in a previous conflict, most of them Serbs. This place receives little attention and few visitors, unlike this water tower, which is described as a hero of our time and a symbol of Croatian unity. Somehow it survived the battle and now has a lift to the top. There, the damage can be seen close up, as well as films, and a detailed day-by-day account of the 84-day conflict.
Yeah. Just to have a...
The population of Vukovar is now around half what it was before the conflict, and the city is even more segregated. And today it survives very much on tourism and its role as a victim. A 100 kilometres down the river is Belgrade. Cruises dock near to this bridge, which is close to a monument. Tour groups don't come here or see this memorial to the victims of genocide, including at a concentration camp that operated here for nearly 4 years. It's dated April 1995. A few years after the Vukovar battle and a few months before the massacre at Srebrenica. Some of this former concentration camp site is now used for housing. Among it, another plaque suggests 40,000 people were killed and tortured here. Most likely, around 50,000 people were imprisoned and over 20,000 were killed. The victims include some of the group of around 800 Jews who tried to escape along the Danube, but who were stopped further down the river, here at Kladovo in 1939. Prevented from leaving Serbia, most were murdered by the Nazi regime. Sejmisti is now very different from its pre-war use as a trade fair. And now, nearly 80 years since the concentration camp closed, one surviving building is being renovated to include a memorial centre. In this part of the world, memory can still be contested. Another, much more recent memorial identifies the wartime Croatian state for its cruelty during what it calls a wartime terror system, ignoring the responsibility of the Nazi regime